Today I'm going to be doing a Nikwax, I guess TX Direct spray-on protectant for my Ocean Rodeo Dry suit. The instructions are pretty simple, just spray on and air dry, I assume it's warm enough. It says also tumble dry in low heat if it's acceptable, so I'm going to do that as a last resort, just kind of mess with my gaskets. I'm sure it'll be fine, low heat for 10 minutes, but yeah, so I've got my gloves on, I've got a spreading tool and then, or a spreading towel, and then a cleaning towel that's wet, and let's see what happens. Yeah, see how this works. I'm not going to do the backside of that because I'll go ahead and do that when it's out. So it sprays pretty evenly. And I think I'm going to, since I see pools already, I'm going to take just a microfiber tool and rub it in. Has honestly, it has an Elmer's glue kind of smell. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go through this and keep on going. So I'm bunching this up, and I don't want to rotate this because I want the moisture to stay on there, but I also, let's see, on the back side, I can kind of give this a couple of sprays also. So it's not absorbing it, it's spreading it. Yeah. Just like this. These look pretty good. I'm going to work on these a little bit more than flip this side. So far, it's not hard at all, but it does take some time to work in the water, the actual waterproofing. So spray on a little bit, scrub a little bit. Make sure it's a small towel or not very absorbent, because if it's a big towel, it'll just absorb all the product. Well, this is almost fully saturated now, but I can kind of use it with the rest, and it's not going to absorb too much more product, so I kind of just spread it around throughout, so I won't be wasting a lot of stuff. So rather than flipping the whole suit over, these are covering a lot, and I was going to do the inside first, then the outside, but because these have a large cover to them, I'm just going to rotate over here and get started on this side before I move to the next step. Starting on the outside of the legs. Here's a good example of a fully saturated knee pad and a not fully saturated knee pad, so it's pretty easy to see where it's going to go. And now this is easy to see how there's a lots of extra in there, and it kind of holds it. So if there's a spot that I need a little extra, I can kind of squeeze it in and really get the full saturation and wipe it off. But I'm not really wasting a lot of product now that this towel is saturated up. So just spray it, and you can see immediately it doesn't really work, and then it works, but you kind of need to scrub it in and agitate it in without it wasting a lot of product, and also getting all the little cracks and crevices fully waterproofed. Yeah. It's very interesting. Certain parts are absorbing it and other parts aren't. Like right here, you can see it's kind of darker. I'm not sure if it shows up in the light. It doesn't really show up in this light very well, but let's see, like right here it's fully saturated, and then here it's kind of hard to see. It doesn't look much different other than just a little bit of wetness on. Let's get a wider shot, maybe it'll be able to see easier. Kind of hard to see, but it just shows to where the actual existing coating was there and it wasn't there, and there's parts in the armpits specifically that it's really soaking it up, where this, it's just like I'm rubbing it for 5 minutes and nothing absorbing, which means there's plenty of coating here, but there isn't here. So you kind of have to see where there is and isn't coating. It's actually really interesting. Yeah. Alright, so I'm all finished with applying the waterproofing. The suit's all hanging up, looks pretty good. It looks pretty smooth. I have a heater in here. I'm gonna just kind of heat up this the laundry room a little bit rather than using a hair dryer or using the clothes dryer. I think that might be a smarter way to go. Just get this room to be like, I don't know, 75 or so, and let it sit there for a few hours to kind of let it lightly bake, so to speak. All right, so I'm here in October at Lake Washington, a beautiful day in October here, and I'm testing the Nikwax sealant on my Ocean Rodeo Dry suit. It was leaking, or it wasn't leaking, but it was kind of getting moisture through the armpits and lower legs. So now I'm in the water. I'm going to go ahead and do a I didn't let's see, I didn't burp the suit because I'm using it as a life jacket kind of. So we'll see how it goes. What I'm looking for, this is funny. What I'm looking for is beating. You can see on the jacket it's beating. Now the jacket before I did the Nikwax was beating on the tops and not beating in the armpits. And it took actually quite a while. I can see why there is Nikwax for the actual washing treatment, because it takes a lot of scrubbing, but it felt like the actual spray-on did a better job. So let's see, there's a little dirt there. Looks like it might be adhering a little water. Not bad though. And my goal is to kind of kick it here first a little bit and see how it goes. Wind's blowing me a little bit. I'm in the standing depth here. There's a nice little kind of beach area, so I'm taking back. Get some air in those legs. Because a life jacket. But right now I only have one thin layer on, and the Ocean Rodeo non-zip over that. So just 2 layers, and I am definitely warm. I don't think the water's super cold right now. It's definitely a nice sunny day. I think it's about 60 degrees outside. But yeah, I'm gonna just sit here for a little longer and see how it goes. The worst spot that I noticed that it was really kind of soaking up water was around the legs and underneath. So it looks like that's doing a little bit better of a job. And it's beautiful weather. Yeah, they have a 12 meter and 11 meter. I have an 11.7 today. So it's definitely the weirdest day to go for a float. But yeah, I want to kind of post this video and see how it goes. This is funny. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I'll stop recording for a little bit and kick it here for a few more minutes and see how my body feels, see how much water I have absorbed. Oh, well, I've been here for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get out. I've been in for probably about 8 minutes, and that's much more time than I'm usually going to spend. My board is 159 meters, so not super concerned, and if it's crazy dangerous or whatever, I'm not going to keep going down. So now, let's see. Here. Let's see how the suit looks. My jacket is beating up. Let's see, get in the sun here. There we go. Jacket is beating up. There are some spots here. So you can see right there where it looks like there is some water absorption. The legs are beating up like crazy where before it wasn't. And that's just a armor layer. So this layer is pretty good. Beating up a little bit. See underneath, yep. Overall, I'm happy with it. I think this is a good test. I think Nikwax works pretty well. After just, I don't know, a few, like 30 seconds in the water, it was definitely absorbing a lot in the legs, and now it's not so bad and mainly beating. So we'll see how long it takes for me to, or how long it takes for the reapplication of Nikwax. Probably depends on how much I use it, maybe salt water, things like that, how often I wash the suit. My hope is it'll be a once a year type of thing, just because it takes about an hour and a half to apply correctly with lots of scrubbing and agitation. But yeah, if you like this video is helpful, like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Have a great day.